Alright guys, well today's video is going to be about a timing gear case I'm trying to build for 6.7 Cummins with a P7100 injection pump. Uh, P7100 injection pump is the one that comes from the Dodge diesel trucks, and it goes from 94 to 98. After 98 or some 98 and a half, they got the BP44 and then the common rail, which is a CP3. That's the way it's called. So what I'm trying to achieve here is getting a little bit more torque and power without sacrificing a smaller engine on a lot of horsepower. So you guys know I put the 5.9 Cummins on my boat. Hopefully you've seen the video, and so I put a 12 valve 5.9 with a 727 and the Arnold's with surface drive, and the boat does good. The boat is around right on the 40s. I did 46 miles an hour at 2400 RPM. No smoke, no nothing, clean. I'm not pushing it, but I want it to last, and I do want to get a better speed later. I can probably push the engine and get more horsepower, but I already broke stock input shafts. So they break around probably 450 horsepower, or no horsepower, probably around 800 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere over there. So if I'm doing that much, I'm kind of on the limit I would like it to be at, and without start breaking stuff. So now I'm gonna put there is a billet input shaft already on the transmission. I haven't finished my converter yet, because there's a damper I did inside the converter, so it kind of damps the torque on the input shaft. But this project, I've been thinking about doing it for a while, and I believe this is the moment. The moment is when I want to put a 6.7 on the boat instead of a 5.9. I want the same RPM, but I want a lot more torque, and I believe it's going to be a little bit more reliable, because it's not going to be pushed that much as the 5.9 is, in order to get that speed and drivability, if I can say it like that, or power, whatever. So anyway, the idea is getting a common rail timing case and overlaid it like that. Hope you can see it, with a 12 valve timing case. What happens over there is there's no way for us to put a P7100 on the back of this cover on the common rail 6.7 or 5.9. It was designed for a CP3 injection pump, a high pressure injection pump, a common rail pump, and there's no really room for a gear or nothing. So them two covers are going to be overlaid. What I did, I found a guy, which now is my friend. I found him down in Florida, and I sent him a new 12 valve timing cover and a common rail timing cover. So what he did, he went to a scanner, a very good scanner, supposedly, and scanned those two and overlaid them, and took whatever he had to take away from it, in order for us to have the same dimensions and kind of be able to sit the P7100 on a 6.7. He had to move the injection pump, the P7100, about 3/4 of an inch away from the head, because I told him he didn't have to go that far, but I told him I want 3/4 of an inch in case I ever want to build one of those big ram intakes into the head, and machine the head and build me a big intake. I got room to play with. So so we did that, and it looked pretty good. The only thing I didn't like is kind of look older, stock, conventional, but everything was there. I mean, all the holes, the details, cam sensor. I'm not gonna run cam sensor on this cover. and all that. So it looked kind of like this, like a square looking. So pretty much if I would put it on a 6.7, and let's just for say I will sell the cover to somebody, when they put it on their truck and they pop the hood, your first impression was going to be a 12 valve, or it's got a 12 valve cover in it, or case in it. I didn't want that to happen. So what I did, I sit on the computer for maybe a whole week or so and change kind of the shape where, out of the block only where the pump goes and the power steering pump goes. I changed all that shape. It took me a week. I mean, I'm really bad at computers, but besides that, after I even got used to it, it was hard work. So I'm glad I paid him that kind of money for him to scan it and get it ready for me. So so I changed the shape, and I'm gonna run it. I went and bought this. This is a 2-inch. It's right at 2-inch by 20 by 19 aluminum. Yes, it's a few $100. It's not cheap. I was gonna run the cover on maybe some kind of fiber or plastic or whatever. Run it first. That's what my friend Andrew, the one that did the programming, I mean the catting on the cover, told me go ahead and buy a piece of plastic and do it first before. But when I tried to buy the plastic, it was like I believe it was like $180 or whatever for the plastic, and yes, this was twice that money. But I'm gonna trust what he did, and I'm gonna trust also what I did, even though it's not fine. But I'm gonna trust and just sit it on the machine and run it. So what I want to show you today is that comp set, which has been done before. It's been done many times. There's company out there sell them, a bunch of them, because it's a very nice way to go. You got your, big motor. I mean a lot more stroke. I believe you got around 6mm stroke, or longer stroke, and another 5mm on diameter on the. So it's a way bigger engine. So we're talking about 5.9 to 6.7. It makes a lot of difference. It gets torquey. So I might do that to the boat. I still just want to do the cover. I mean the case for now. I got the case and the cover that I did. I mean out of his part that I kind of change it or convert it or whatever. And then I also got the one he did, which I sent the one I did to him, and he overlaid it on his CAD program. I don't know what it is, but on his CAD program, he overlaid it and sent me pictures of it, and it looks fine. I mean, he told me it should be fine, no problem. So I'm gonna trust that and just go ahead and run it. Besides telling you what I'm doing now, I'm gonna show you the way I'm gonna cut it. Things that I'm concerned about is, I'm gonna sit on the table and then hold that piece over and center it again. So I did a few cuts. So I put a drill. I drill in the middle, right on the center of the piece over there here, because the computer here. This is just for the purpose of the video. That's why I put the computer here so you guys can see it. Drill, put a drill in the middle, the hole in the middle, and another. I machined the very bottom side of the cover. So when I turn it over, I can indicate that face and center it on that hole. Whenever I'm gonna, machine the back side of it, that's what I'm concerned about. For now, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna machine it. So I'm gonna move you closer to the computer. This is a program I got. This is Bobcat. Many of you use this
fusion, stuff like that. I got this one a while back, but 3-4 years ago, and it's been doing good. This is the one I designed, the top part, so this part right here where the injection pump goes on, and also where the power steering pump goes on. It's right here. So injection pump here and power steering pump here. This hole right here is gonna be facing to the block, so this whole part right here is the one you're gonna bolt into the block. I'm gonna open the one that he file, merge, open, downloads. They're not here. Documents. I don't know. I'm lost right now. It should be here. Oh wait, yeah, I see it. Step. I'm sorry guys, like I told you, I'm bad at this stuff. There we go. Okay, that's what he did. That's what he sent me. Those files over here. So I got the case, all of it. Case, pump cover, crank, all of it, the case. Let's open it. Let's just leave it like it is. There we go. Okay. So this is the one he sent me. I'm fine with this, you know, it's good. It looks the same if it will be a 12 valve, but it will mount into a 6-7 block or common rail block, 5-9 or 6-7 block. It looks okay, but I didn't like that, you know, that square looking shape, if I can say it like that. I didn't like that, and besides, I took a piece of cardboard and went ahead and tried it on a 6-7 2015 or 17 truck that I'm working on. And see, this area right here is too close to the gearbox right here. The lines from the gearbox, they're too close. So what I did, that's why I see how I cut this one. Cut this whole part really tight in here, just for the power steering pump to sit on. So yes, this is the one we're gonna be doing. This is the one we're gonna be cutting. I got my cam right here already done. So let me unblank this so you can see all the two paths. Pretty much most of what I'm doing is pocketing and drilling and thread milling. So right here I got some drilling and more drilling, and threading. Then I got a 2-axis, so I'm cutting the first pocket, the big side of it inside. Another pocket, little one right here. That's gonna have an Allen bolt hiding over there. We're gonna have an Allen bolt, you know, hiding over there. We have this pocket right here. That's where the oil pump and the crankshaft, they're gonna be sticking out of there. And then we got our camshaft hole over there. And then we got our pump pocket, supposed to be the right diameter. And then we got our power steering pump pocket also, kind of sticking down a little. All of them, they're sticking down lower than whatever they're supposed to be, because once I turn the case over and start, you know, kind of facing all this area from the stock, they supposed to start coming out and showing out. you know. So and then we got the contours, the whole outside, and that's gonna be a roughing and a finish profile. There's gonna be some chamfering. Then I'm gonna drill, this is what I was talking about, I'm gonna drill a 1/2 inch hole through the middle of the piece all the way to the bottom of the 2 inch. So that hole is gonna show on the bottom side of the stock. Whenever I turn it over to work on it, I'm gonna center on that hole, hopefully. And then, yes, and then I got this area right here, which that area over here is the one that I'm gonna keep a square to the machine on the table on my axis, and that's gonna allow me to index it here on this area and center it on the middle. That way when I turn around, I can index on the bottom of the cover and center on whenever or whatever on this hole right here. So I'm gonna center on the hole and indicate it here, so kind of square it to the table on the machine. That way I can machine the other side and it'll be there. So let me just run a simulation and let me show you. Okay. So first we're gonna spot drill. Let me slow it down. Spot drill, oh, that's too fast. Okay, spot drilling. Then I'm just drilling over there. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. Those are my through holes. Those are the holes that are gonna hold the cover against the block. Those over there, there we go. And those two. Those are different holes. Those are gonna be threaded. So right there, I'm thread milling. See? Thread milling all my holes. And then that's my 3/4 inch mill, 3 fluid. I believe I'm gonna be running at maybe 6, 7, 8,000 RPM. Don't remember now. And then I'm just gonna start climb milling all that pocket. I don't have much. I believe I got about 50,000 Scott in it, which I don't believe it's 50 or 60, I don't remember. It's not much. Let me get the tool path out of there so you can see it better. Bobcat it's okay, you know. I've been learning with it. It's all fine, at least on my experience. There's a second pocket, which is okay. Well, you see right there, I got a problem, and I'm glad I'm looking at this. You see these holes? I didn't drill them all the way through. I should have drilled those holes lower, because otherwise. So we're gonna stop this before I forget, and they're gonna be somewhere up here. These are the ones. Okay, so we're gonna edit this. Yeah, no, it's too short. See over there, I'm only going down as we're gonna do what? 1.5. 1.5" and 13 single spot, 17. That will be what, 350? Yeah, 3000 RPM. Okay, compute. Let's see what happened. Yeah, there we go. See right there? Now they come all the way from the bottom. So we went through. That's why we gotta double check this. I don't wanna mess up my aluminum. Okay. Let's go faster. Okay, you see my holes over there now. You see them over there now. Finish passes. Then I'm gonna cut down. Gonna contour ramping. And then I'm gonna come here on this right here and make me this cut right here all the way through. So that cut over there is gonna allow me to indicate it, like I told you. This cut right here is gonna allow me to indicate it to the bottom of the case. And then this hole right here is gonna allow me to center the back side of the piece on the back side. But there you go. For piece stock. Okay, no. Well, there you go, guys. That's how it's gonna look. And I'm gonna sit on the machine and I'm gonna hold it on this corner right here, this other corner right here, another one here on this corner, probably two more on these two corners, and one here on this corner right here. I don't want it to get that close to wherever I'm gonna get that cut, and I'm probably gonna put one. And when I say I'm gonna put one, I'm talking about 1 to 3 blocks. I'm gonna sit it on 1 to 3 blocks. I'm gonna try to put, one somewhere underneath. So I'm gonna go like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So from the middle, I'm gonna run 6 inches one way, 6 inches on the Y, and 6 on the X, and I'm gonna try to sit one underneath here, so to create more holding power. All right, guys. Well, as you see, it already turned dark. So the aluminum is
big. I think think it was 76 pounds. They sent it for. Hopefully we don't mess it up. I am gonna get a skin pass on it, probably with a 3-inch mill. Make a skin pass on it and make sure I can turn it and that polling skill. You know, clean it out and make sure that faces to the table good. That way it's kind of better. Not perfect because I don't believe it's gonna be perfect, but it should be fine. It should do good. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or you got any ideas or how should I supposed to turn it around, let me know. I got one. I'm gonna put it out for you, kind of show you what I'm thinking. It's like, so you know, I got this hole and this hole right here. So you see these holes are bigger than this one here. This one, this one are gonna be threaded, and some of the holes are not gonna be threaded. So my idea, I don't know if it's gonna work. My idea is the ones that are gonna be threaded already, by the time I turn it over, I'm gonna get a I'm gonna get a 1-2-3 block, and I'm gonna put an 8mm bolt through it and screw it into that hole, into the holes that are threaded already. So that way I can turn it over, and when I turn it over, I can machine it and hold it that way. So that's my idea. I'm gonna get an 8mm bolt through a 1-2-3 block, screw it into that, and that's how I'm gonna sit the cover on that face down to the table so I can machine the back part. I don't want to do a fixture blade and stuff like that because that's gonna make me waste more material, and what if that one is not even fine? So I'm gonna waste the material on that piece of aluminum, and then the next one I build. So I don't really want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that. So wish me luck, and hopefully I don't waste this piece of aluminum. That other corner right here that you see a stock, that's the one I'm gonna use for this purpose. Let me see. Updated cover, pump nut. Okay, this one here. So this piece of stock here that is not gonna be used now, this whole piece right here, I'm gonna try to cut this part out of that, out of that particular piece of stock. I'm not gonna waste it. This is the cover that goes with the pump gear right here. This is the one that's gonna cover the pump gear. So I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna machine that piece out of the same piece of stock right here. So let me see if I show you the cover itself. Diamond case cover. All right, right here. So this is the case cover. I don't know if you can see it. I'll get you closer again. So we got the case. Let me unblank all of this. So we got the case, and we got the cover. Cover is pretty simple. It's gonna be made out of a 1/4-inch aluminum. That's where my crankshaft is gonna come out of there. I also gotta build my seal support or sleeve or whatever. It's gonna sit in those bolts. This bolt right here. That's where the seal. It's gonna be, the seal support is gonna be sitting at, and then this pump cover or nut cover or whatever
it's gonna hold into these little holes right here. Well, there you go. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoy it. And like I said, wish me luck. I'll see you again. Thank you.